How's everyone doing today? Do a little quick mic check here, Hope everybody's having a good day. And everyone's all excited we finally saw green. But don't worry about that stuff. We're going to let a couple people jump in. Hope everyone's having a good day, though. We're going to get into a lot of the older stuff. I'm done responding to the other tubers and worrying about all that other stuff. We're going to get into the vote at the end. I'm going to go over a couple more things. And we'll have that at the end. We'll worry about it then. Mike's good. Let's go. Now, before we get into anything... Alright, Mike's good. That's all I wanted to hear. Boss Blunts. Man. First of all, everyone always puts me in with Boss Blunts. I literally don't talk to Boss. I haven't talked to Boss in so long. I mean, I don't know what that was. I honestly don't know. I didn't see what he did. I don't really care what he did. Fuck him. If anyone sold, fuck him. If he has more shares, then... I'm pretty sure he still has shares, but whatever. I don't know what he did. I don't really care. I'm not going to worry about any of that type of stuff. I'm just going to go back into teach mode. So, let's get back into everything. Get back into the old flow. So, the things we talked about that we needed to see happen, and basically, it's all starting. I can't believe nothing's popped yet. Everything's basically at this point of boiling water, and I can't believe these haven't boiled over yet. So, let's go ahead and get into these things that we were talking about, these markets that were going to crash. You got the bond market, housing market, stock market. Now, I still don't believe the stock market's even close to what we're going to see still. I think there's still liquidation going on. We're going to still see it going on as well. The housing market's about to get super interesting. We're going to get into that in a minute. But any one of these type of the markets is going to go ahead and set all of this off, and when it does, it's going to be a ripple effect. And we got the derivatives market as well, which we'll get into that in a minute. But before we get into all of that, so let's look into this. Everybody's savings is down 2.2%. It's the lowest level ever. Everybody's running out of money. Last time it was this low was in 2006, 2007. And this is what I've been talking about on the other end. The problem is they're trying to bleed us dry. And by doing that, what you're doing is you're cutting into their thing that made them rich in the first place. Their business. See, there's really no way out for these guys. In the end of the day, you're either going to hurt your business on the back end, which is your line of credit and everything else, which... These guys sit there and say they ran everything off credit, and that's what we've come to realize. They don't have money. They don't have the assets. Everything's off of credit. Everything. So if they sit there and continuously bleed us dry, and we're not buying their their products, going to any of their stores, this is when they start to hurt. And we're pretty much getting to that right now. Like I said, look at this level. We're at the lowest level ever. No one has money. And what's the government saying? Hey, everybody, unemployment's lower. Sorry, my wife texted me. Unemployment's lower. Look at the rate. It's lower than expected. Yeah, because everybody's working shit jobs. No one has enough to get by. It's not like it's a good thing that people are working two jobs, low-end jobs, just to make up for what they used to have to make. Like I said, this is insane. The feds, they're pretty much stuck, as I pointed out earlier. They either keep doing rate raises, and by doing that, you're going to continuously squeeze us out, or get into what we're going to get into here in a second. You're going to kill off your housing market. There's nothing else that they can do about it. I'm going to get into that in a second here. Or you stop, and all of a sudden you got inflation all over again. Even higher. And at this point, nobody can withstand that. So we're pretty much, like I said, something's got to burst. Something's got to collapse. And once one does, so many of these people are taking massive hits already, and that's what we need to be focusing on. The banks. See, one of the things I want people to realize, it's not just the banks. When you guys look at who the banks are, they're the regulators. Well, if the regulators want to go ahead and help out the criminals, the way I look at it is you attack the regulators. Fuck them. Who are the regulators? It's the banks, and it's Citadel, it's Virtue. obviously they already got their moles in there. They already got their their people planted in there. So what do? You say, fuck it. Well, we can't really get to Citadel and Virtue at this current moment. So what do? You go after their leaders, their bosses, which is everyone else in the DTCC. You go after their banks. All these bankers that are on there. Now I want you guys to look at the housing market here real quick. So every time there was a crash, you guys can see there was these rapid bursts into, basically you're going to see these. Murphy, why do you always eat something? So right now, baby, come on. Alright, sorry about that. What was I saying? Talking about pending home sales. No, I was talking about the build housing. God damn it, Murphy, you threw me all off. Give me 2 seconds here. I was talking about the housing market. Oh yeah, new homes, building them, pending sales right now. Nobody's buying them. Right now you got mortgage volume. Dude, come on. God, he always has. Just go over here. Come on, you gotta go over the room. Alright, Murphy's out of here. We're done. Alright, so people refinancing mortgage, people taking out new mortgages, new homes, people buying new homes. Everything's basically going down to an all-time low. Nobody, you're killing your housing market. You're drying it up. Nobody can afford these. Nobody can get these rates. Nobody can get this average price. It's still over 400,000. Sorry, Murphy's gone. He's gone. No more intrusions, my friends. Here we go. So the feds want to keep raising rates, as you guys can see. Nobody, in what world, if they keep raising rates, why would you ever refinance your home? And this is where these banks are starting to take hits and loans. On top of that, like I showed you before, pending sales are dropping. Nobody is buying. That's the next thing. So we're talking about mortgages coming out. Mortgage applications now have plunged 44% from a year ago, and they're going to keep continuously plunging. Nobody can buy these houses. Nobody's taking these out. And this is everybody that was saying, oh, there's going to be no housing crash. There's going to be no housing crash. It's nothing like 2008. No, you're right. It's not exactly like 2008. But in the end of the day, it's a completely different situation. But you're going to have mass defaults. Nobody can afford their houses anymore. Nobody can refinance. And you're going to keep raising these rates. On top of that, I was showing you guys a couple weeks ago with the auto loans and repossessions and auto loans are going back up. It's back to pre-pandemic sales or levels. Well, that was when they had, pre-COVID and all these things, and they're going to go up higher and higher. An average car monthly payment now is $700+, and they're going to keep raising rates on those car loans. You guys, there's nothing. These guys are basically fucked. They're in between a rock and a hard place. If you're the feds right now, there's really no way out for you. And if you continuously keep squeezing all of us out, like I said, as they're doing, all of their businesses are going to take massive slumps, which means way less bonuses for these guys. You're going to see mass layoffs. Wells Fargo, they were once the #1 player in mortgages, are actually stepping away completely from the housing market. It's drying up. There's not much left there, you guys. Like I said, if the feds keep raising rates, this will slow down more and more and more. Otherwise, you're going to see prices drastically decline. That one website I showed you guys about a month ago, I just looked the other day, and most of those prices have already dropped around $30,000 to $40,000. It's quite a bit of money. So you're going to start seeing these and a lot of people are going to be selling these at a loss. Guys, look over here, and this is going around worldwide. Canada's got a big problem going on over there. The CEO at Canada's largest bank says tens of thousands of Canadians could default on mortgages due to the rising rates. Now, a lot of these guys had adjustable rates, and with the rates keep going up, these guys' payments are drastically rising and rising. It's going to be interesting what's going on over here, man. I don't know. Like I said, there's going to be collapses in tons of market. There's nothing more these guys can do. They're just pumping it. And eventually these collapses are going to come knocking on all these doors. And when these banks get fucked, that's what we need. We need these people going over it that are, forgiving all of these defaults, these margins. You guys, who do you think margin calls these people? It's these guys. Who do you think forgave them on the GameStop report? It's these guys. The banks. We want to fuck them up. But nobody seems to care about them. They're the number one enemy. Fuck Citadel. Citadel collapses when they collapse. These banks are what we need to see take big ass losses. And we're going to get into some more of this stuff in a minute. But these banks are already starting to take hits. You now see Goldman Sachs is laying off 3,200 employees this week. Whenever you guys see people, I don't care what anyone says, oh, everything's good to go. But then they start doing cuts. You don't start doing mass layoffs if you guys are doing good. On top of that, they also said staff cuts are coming, projected 8% of their workforce. Like I said, it's all... What the hell happened here? There we go. BlackRock is beginning mass layoffs. You just saw another... God, what state was it? Another state just pulled out of BlackRock. Sorry, I'm thinking too much stuff. Can't remember the other state. Another state just pulled out of BlackRock like a month ago. 2 of them now have. So people are starting to wake up to BlackRock. All of these funds that are just hurting them, and we're going to get into that with AMC and Antara here in a little bit. I know a lot of people want to talk about that again, but we're going to wait till the very end of all that because, like I said, what we want is we want none of these markets to go down. Now, before I get into that, top of that, you got the Swiss bank posting a record 143 billion loss in 2022. I think it might have been Louisiana. Could have been. No. I can't remember what it was. But anyways, I'm not going to worry about what state it was. But you're seeing states pull out of BlackRock. I can't remember exactly which one. I can look it up here in a second. Swiss National Bank, like I said, they just pulled over 143 billion loss, and these are what we need to see. We're also just talking about with Phase 6 a little bit ago. This is up to 65 trillion. We have it up to 80 trillion now. Coming 6 months into Phase 6, I believe that number will hit 100 trillion in hidden debt. I'm going to go ahead and post this here so you guys can actually go ahead and take a look at how this works. The shadow bank. It's just a little chart here. You guys can go ahead and read this. I'm not going to go super into that. But these trillions of dollars, everything is going to be coming out here. Like I said, Phase 6. Whoop. Sorry, I hit the wrong thing. Phase 6 is not even started yet, guys. So everybody that's still complaining about it, like I said, it's the first phase of Phase 6. There's still 4 more to go. Now, you guys are seeing all this, the interest rates, like I was going over with the banks. They're going to go ahead and start putting pressure on the bank's liquidity as well. This is what we want to start seeing. Like I said, once these bankers start feeling pressure, they're not going to be forgiving these margins. They're going to have to start collecting fees in other places through these margins. And that's when you're going to start seeing these other places crash. Now, I believe the housing market, like I said, this is either going to be the first to go. Otherwise, we got the bond market. Now, if you guys look over here, I need to go ahead and switch this over. I can't stand this. But I needed that for this thing here. So the bond market. We're going to get over in the UK here. I feel like UK still is the thing to watch. I said that UK's bond market will be the first to collapse. And when that starts happening, that's when to start coming over here and starting to affect a lot of these stocks and a lot of these people's ability to short this. If you look over at the bonds right now, everybody's rates are is basically as high as they've been. The bond market's got to give eventually. Nobody can sit there and raise capital right now through the bond market. Everybody's struggling, like I showed you. Nobody's buying anything. Nobody has money to spend. You guys are seeing it also in the stock market. Everybody's bleeding down. So their ability to raise capital like they had before is going down, 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 down with their stock price. Sorry. Now, if you look at what's going on in the bonds and then the Treasury, everybody's been selling U.S. Treasury. Nobody's been taking those out as well. So the United States has to pay more. Now, what this is doing is going ahead and putting pressure. God God damn it, I knew this was going to be a problem the second I did. It's going to be the pension funds. Now, the pension funds, and with everything else going on, you're seeing more collateral needed to be required. The more the rates go up, the riskier the bet. So they go to the pension funds and say, we need more collateral up front. Now, the pension funds over in the UK, as you guys can see now as well, before I go into this into a second here, the reason I think that they're going to be one of the things that starts to trigger this off first is you're seeing more and more people selling off gilts. Now, what that's doing is going to make the rates go up even more. Now, the UK pension funds, they already had to buy back treasury bonds earlier. Guy scratching at the door, sorry. Murphy. Cracks me up. So, people, now they're not going to be able to raise money as well, and what this is going to do is make it so they need to go to these pension funds and say, hey, we need more collateral, more collateral. They've already announced that they don't have it. This bubble is going to burst. Billions and billions and billions are being sold off. Eventually, they're already saying before they didn't have it. And now there's being billions and billions and billions more sold off. They're going to need to start buying this debt back, and they don't have that money. It's going to get very, very, very interesting over there. When that starts to happen, if any of these pension funds default, that's when it's going to just be boom. It's going to be a little domino effect. So I continuously say, just like I've been saying forever, watch UK, watch the pension funds, watch these bonds. Now, treasury market. Over here in the United States, it's going to be the same thing. You still have China. Everybody over there selling United States bonds. We're going to keep raising rates. So nobody's buying United States Treasury bonds, as I've went over before. Nobody's buying them. We're going to keep raising rates. So the United States, it's going to be the same problem here. So I'm saying eventually something's got to break. This leads to the pensions over in the United States. Either the United States and the Feds are going to have to do I don't know what he's eating, but he's whipping something around the hall. But whatever, I'm not gonna worry about it. I know what it is. It's my new fucking. God damn it. I'm not gonna worry about it. Eventually, that's gonna put on the pressure in the United States, and then you're gonna see the Feds need to now do some buybacks on the bonds. Well, as I showed you earlier, they're burning money now too. The Feds are losing money, and on top of that, you're seeing the housing market. You're going to see the housing market crash down. They have 2.7 trillion over here in the Feds in assets in mortgage-backed securities. Well, that is losing value every time the housing market goes down, 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 down. Like I said, the Feds are in a very, very, very hard place right now. And I love seeing that because the Feds were basically the number one people bailing them out. And, you know, to get to that point here, so this Silvergate, everybody knows what happened with Silvergate, and they should have went out under, and it was just a complete joke. They are not a bank that's considered too big to fail. They're not labeled too big to fail. They're not. And that's what's fucked up. But they still got a bank. Federal Home Loan still gave them a loan of $4.3 billion. This is insane. They're not too big to fail. Why are we giving them this stuff? Like I said, everything is on the brink. Everything. Even crypto. Like I said, everything's bubbles. Boom. It's as blown up as it can possibly get. I don't know how much more anything can possibly take. This is insane what is going on. And they want to keep raising rates. The Feds want to keep raising rates. There's no way in hell that they can keep raising rates. The cost of borrowing AMC keeps rising, and these guys can keep doing this play. There's no way. Now, the Feds also, to go ahead and show you this in the repo market as well, like we were saying, the Feds are losing money. For the first time ever, I asked Dave Lauer if he's ever seen this before, and he said he's never seen this either. But this happened a little bit ago on the 5th here. So, if you read the little note on the bottom, it says settle amount is $3.6 billion less than the accepted amount due to unsettled trades. I asked Dave Lauer if he's ever seen that, and I mean, that's not supposed to happen. So, we're not too sure what happened there, but like I said, you see Citadel getting involved in the treasury market, suddenly there's problems going on. It's not a coincidence. You start seeing stuff you've never seen before. But going back to this, everybody's has to borrow. Everybody's been on credit. Nobody has assets. Nobody has money. You now are realizing, as we went over, basically even the stock, their inventory, everything has been false. Coca-Cola was saying they were making $1 billion more to supply chain financing. And who would have thought? A bank gets involved with them and their lender, and then the bank goes ahead and to create liquidity. They facilitate the trade, and then they basically pay them, and then they can put it under credit. And it's like the biggest joke I've ever seen. And Coca-Cola is doing an extra $1 billion. They're basically faking their inventory. Like I said, this stuff is what they've been able to do for so long is such a joke, and eventually this has to pop. There's no way they can keep this going at this point. But if you guys look, like I said, everything's reaching their breaking point. Even, the bonds. Nobody can raise money, and if they try to issue a bond right now with the rates at this point, it's going to kill them anyways. Now, hedge funds also, and that's the thing. I know everybody's hurting, and everybody's like, fucking A, we're the only ones getting hit. But these hedge funds also have lost $1.10 billion, basically. $110 billion. So they're feeling this shit too. Like I said, everybody's feeling this. Nobody has money right now. Something has to give. They cannot keep taking and taking and taking. Like I said, it's basically the government nowadays feels like it's a thing to, all right, I get elected and now I can just become a thief. I just come in here and get bribed out, let everybody look the other way. Like I said, this is unreal. What is going on with these banks? And all we need to do is fucking bank run these guys. I'm telling you, if we start to fuck these banks up, everything will happen so much faster. Everything will happen so much faster. Now, I thought this was actually pretty funny. So the guy that Ken Griffin inserted into the company of FTX to basically fuck everything up, make them get into all this illegal stuff. He puts them into the company, they get in all this illegal stuff, and now he's telling on Sam. If it wasn't for this guy here, Sam wouldn't have known how to do all this stuff. So Ken Griffin puts his mole in. His mole now spills on him, becomes a hero. Sam gets fucking thrown in as a hard fall guy. Kenny Boys here gets a fucking big old raise here and looks like, oh man, what a hero, even though he fucking set it all up. And now, man, he's working with the feds and everything. He's spilling the beans. He's spilling all the dirt. Like I said, this was Ken's plant from day one. How do regular people cause a bank run? You show everybody what the fuck's going on with these banks. You get people to pull their money out and move it over. Move your loans if you can. Pay off your credit cards that are attached to banks. Fuck them up. Everything they make money off. And like I said, we're going to get into these banks a little bit more. But like I said with JPMorgan. JPMorgan, and this is what we always seem. It's always fucking JPMorgan. Like, you guys don't... If you don't know what bank is the worst bank, if you don't know who is the worst piece of trash in the world, it's fucking JPMorgan. Ties to Madoff. They had to pay $2 billion. Come over here. JPMorgan, they basically had, like I was saying before when I did my first video like a year ago, JPMorgan had every single thing to do with Epstein. Every single thing to do with it. They're involved 100%. They used their operation for everything. They're literally human traffickers, little pedders, fucking nasty fucks. Except they run the coke. It's always fucking JPMorgan, dude. Remember this? And all of a sudden she got fired right after. JPMorgan, they're the number 2 in penalties. They've broken the number 2 most fucking, like I said, these are the biggest criminals of them all. Defrauding the precious metals. Like I said, JP fucking Morgan is literally the worst of them all. And on top of that, laundering, cartel. It doesn't matter. They've done it all. They do it all, and instead of anyone going to prison, they just get a headline once or twice. So J.P. Morgan is the biggest pile of shit. If you bank with them, get the fuck out as soon as you can. They are the worst fucking people in the entire planet. Now, let's talk about Antara. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about how they are shorting AMC. And everybody's going, crazy about that, which they should, understandably. Now, like I said, there's nothing to defend here with Adam Aaron. If anybody's thinking I'm going to suddenly defend Adam Aaron selling to these guys, you're highly mistaken. It was so fucking stupid, I will never defend that move. Dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. Especially to somebody that's fucking shorting you. There's no defending this. Now, let's get to the vote quick in all this fun stuff over here. So, I'm still waiting right now for one of these things to crash. Phase 6, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months. One of these will blow. So, when I first made my channel and started showing predatory practices and all of that, what you're seeing right now is like classic predatory practices 101 from them. If you're Antara and you have bonds with them, you can go ahead and basically do what they did to them. You're going to attack them predatorial, and you're going to go ahead and either get convertible notes or you're going to get shares at a discount exactly like they did. Like I said, Adam Aaron, there's no defending it. I don't know why the hell he still went that route. That doesn't make any sense when he could have sold it to us. But these guys are basically doing what every one of these short sellers do. They'll go out there, they'll issue you bonds, they'll say, all right, cut off all other fundings. They don't let you go out any other places. They go ahead and, hey, we'll give you some more money, we'll give you some more money, give us some more shares, give us some more shares. And eventually they can go ahead and take over, make a massive amount of money. Or it's like vultures basically picking at it because they know they can fuck it up. So, I sat there and I thought about this vote. And, am I super for it? Am I super against it? Why is this Antara thing happening? And it all comes back to, okay, if we say no, he will continuously dilute AMC. He's going to continuously dilute 8. And I'm going to get into a couple different things here. So he's going to continuously dilute 8 because he has no other choice. If you look at it, we're at about, 685 million? I can't remember what it said, like 685 to 825. And we burned, 790 million the quarter before that. It's not like we have a ton of capital left. So this is why people like Antara can come over and look at us and go, all right, you need this capital, and we're going to attack you. Again, Adam Aaron didn't need to go, yeah, okay, and then he could have gave it to us. Like I said, I will never defend that move. But this is what they're doing. So then they go ahead and attack you, and it's like, okay. We have a couple quarters of money if we don't do anything. That's why everyone's sitting there going, don't do anything, it's just stupid. That's literally not an option. Now, if you look at Antara and the situation, yeah, it sucks it's a hedge fund, and yeah, it sucks that they went ahead and took advantage of us in a shitty situation, and yeah, it fucking really sucks to ask Adam Aaron let him. And there's, like I said, there's nothing I can say to defend him. I'm not gonna. There's nothing. Like I said, I don't. Like, people think I give a fuck about Adam Aaron. I don't care who is in the CEO's office as long as they get AMC profitable, start working on this debt, and do what they need to do at this point. All I've ever said about anything with this is business-wise. What I think business-wise is better to do. Because doing that and getting us fundamentally where we need to be helps with everything. Now, Without bad fundamentals, this Antara situation can never happen. You can't have short sellers come over and do this predatory tax on you. You don't need to raise that capital. Like I said, I'm not sitting here fucking ever gonna defend Adam Aaron. I don't know what the hell he was thinking. Like, why would you possibly dilute at that price? It will literally never ever make sense in my head. But the way I look at this now is, all right, yes, they'll have a massive position in the company, but when you're doing a reverse stock split like we're doing, it would only make sense that they would dilute. Now, if you don't think they're gonna dilute right away, I mean, they literally pretty much told you we need these other shares to dilute. Financially, they're not gonna sit there and make it unless they dilute. That's their option. They're going to do a reverse split and they're gonna dilute. Now, the one thing a lot of people haven't talked about is, all right, before we do that meeting, before we do all that, well, the price will go up a little bit more. Will go up a little bit more. How much will he dilute? Now, the way I look at Antara and all the situation is, like I said, they took complete advantage of us because what are we always doing? This entire time we've been in this movement, AMC's been treading water. We've always been in fundamentally a bad place. And I'm not saying he hasn't helped out. Like I said, I'm not sitting there. It doesn't even matter about Adam Aaron. Just going on this path. We haven't really been in a good place fundamentally ever. So there's always been these hedge funds that came in, took advantage because we've needed to raise cash. And what have they done? They always fucked us and it screwed us over. And like I said, that's part of fundamentals. Because of we are in such a shitty place, they can do this. Now, if we say yes to everything and they instantly dilute, I can't see Adam Aaron getting the stock price to, let's say, I don't know, $56, $60 and going, all right, I'm not going to dilute to a point where I could raise 5-6 million, because he could easily dilute 100 million shares. Now at that point, Antara, their fucking stock, how much, percentage in the company they have drastically goes down. It all depends on how much he dilutes and who he dilutes it to. Now, if you don't think he's going to dilute it to us or put it out to the market or do it correctly, if you think he's just going to keep giving it to these guys, well, then yes. Why would you ever vote yes? Say no. But if we don't do anything with AMC, if we don't take a chance at this type of situation where we have an ability to pay off this debt, get rid of these Antaras, never have them come back again. Why? They can only, like I said, they can only keep coming back because we keep allowing us to tread water. Like I said, they're just vultures coming down to pick at it. They're trying to see a carcass there. And like I said, it has nothing to do with me liking Adam Aaron. Me look at this, I feel like this play, if the company goes under, we actually fucking lose. They win. Everything you guys have done for so long is gone. They win. They don't even have to pay taxes. That's their out. That's something you just can't afford to happen. We can't sit there. If people sit there and go, we're not going to give them revenue. If people aren't going to go support the company, I mean, companies only have a certain amount of ways to raise capital. Bonds, that's not an option for AMC. Using additional shares or getting more revenue streams. Well, right now, they're trying to get in popcorn. They're trying to do the credit cards. They're getting new revenue streams. So right now their option is, all right, like I said, it's not like we have 2 years, 3 years worth of cash to just keep burning away. You don't want to get into that situation, or you're going to have more Antaras, more and more and more, and even worse. So I sit there and I look at this situation. It's like, all right, if we want this play to get where it needs to be, if he sells it to us, if we can regain control, if everything's fine, and suddenly AMC's debt free in a place, they can issue less shares. Like I said, it's harder for these guys to cover short positions. A single short position now costs more. With the cost to borrow as high as it is, it costs more for them to take them out. Like I said, it's a lot of people that sit there and say it's so stupid. They either have GameStop or they don't want us to succeed, or they'll say, it's so stupid, why are you guys worrying about fundamentals? And then the next line, they'll go over and say, AMC sucks, do you see their debt? Okay, then why are you talking about their fundamentals if they don't matter? At some point, we got to get the fuck out of this treading water, or we're going to keep having these same fucking situations where these short sellers are going to keep coming together, banding the fuck out of it, smashing it down to where we can't raise capital. And this was the point I said right when APE was issued. The day APE was issued, if you were a hedge fund, if you were a short seller, you wouldn't even care about AMC stock at that point. Who cares? AMC it is where it is at that point. The only way AMC can succeed now is if APE succeeds. So what you're going to do is just attack the shit out of APE. And that's what they did. They had 43 freaking million FTDs. At first, APE was way shorted compared to AMC. There was a point where I put up a couple times where APE was higher than AMC. And it was like, okay, they're going to keep smashing it down because that's the only way AMC can raise capital. And then when they're done smashing it down, they're going to fuck us. And they did. But like I said, if Adam Aaron, this is our one opportunity to get it to where AMC can finally get the fuck out of this bullshit. Stop doing it with these type of people. People that think I'm paid off. Like, oh my God, how many posts I saw today. I was paid off because I want to do this. It's like nobody takes into consideration the second we go ahead and issue more shares, their percentage of the company drops. And if he drops it 100 million, like I think, their percentage in the company drops pretty good. And what are they doing? They're trying to get a whole bunch of APE, have it convert over, make a shit ton just on the conversion, make a killing, and they'll probably bounce. And that's the other thing. Everybody sits there and thinks that they're going to hold on to all these shares, sit there, fuck up AMC, try and get on the board and do all these things. No, they're probably doing what all these short sellers do. They're taking advantage of somebody who's fucked up. They're seeing Billy on the deathbed and they're taking advantage of him. They're walking up to him and saying, hey, since they won't give you a blood bag, I'll give you a blood bag, but it's going to cost you an arm and a leg. And that's what they're doing. And they're going to keep doing this shit to them through APE, and it's like, like I said, this is an opportunity to raise money, lower the float at this point, re-dilute it to where they don't have a super amount of control to where if he does it to us, like I said, we can raise billions and billions, and suddenly we can start getting into new revenue streams that we can't afford to do right now. Like I said, guys, he has no fucking money to do any of these additional revenue streams, and we're going to sit there and keep burning away. I'm just being honest with you. Good job, Billy. Oh, yeah. Oh, God, he's got a big dong all of a sudden. There he is. And it's like right now he's got this black eye. He's on his fucking deathbed, dude. His hair's all ripped out from the bust, dude. He's all fucked up, dude. Sell the Hycroft shares. I agree. Well, maybe not at this point if you think it'll go back up. If you guys don't think it'll go up. I haven't really been checking Hycroft. I don't own it. I haven't really paid attention to it. That's a stupid-ass purchase. Like I said, I don't know what he's doing with that money. But that's the thing. We can either sit here and tread fucking water and tread water and tread water, and he'll keep looking for these stupid-ass fucking Antaras, these people that are shorting us, that hold the bonds, hold leverage over them, and then he'll keep on, all right, here you go, here you go. Fuck that. Like I said, we got to get Billy out of the hospital. And if nobody wants to go ahead and say, like people blew up that movie idea, I'm not writing Planet of the Apes, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Giving your company revenue is the stupidest thing you've ever heard? That blows my fucking mind how people think right now. How short-sighted people. If you guys aren't going to support them through revenue, they can't issue bonds. They have to do it through stock. And they're not going to do all of this, the conversion, the 10-to-1 split, and then not issue stock. But they'll make billions doing it that way. Like I said, I don't want to sit here and keep having him issue little amounts, and we're continuously hit by these fucking predatory sellers over and over again. If he if you have $4 billion, Adam, $5 billion, and you can't fucking figure it out, it's time to go. We already went over these short sellers. Their egos are fucking massive. They're doctors. It's not like they're going to go over to AMC and go, all right, now that the new float's out, we're not shorting it. They're going to fucking short it again. but it's like, man, just continuously treading water right now is fucking killing us. And it's letting these guys, like I said, it's letting these vultures pick at us. And pick at us. AMC's not turning a profit next quarter. We're going to continuously burn money. Like I said, we have to raise it. If we're going to raise it at $1.50, if you can raise it at $60, $50. And the problem is he's going to slowly grind this away. And imagine this. Now what you'll have is short sellers coming over, buying this down here, buying this down here, buying this down here, and going, all right, eventually they'll have enough to just convert it on their own. Imagine if he ends up selling a billion plus, and all of a sudden there's, what, 2 fucking billion AMC shares now? What's the value of those shares? I said AMC's got to raise capital. We have no choice right now. We have no choice. I'm just being honest with you guys. And we got to make it through these. We got to make it through one of these crashes. We got to make it through phase 6. The 6, 9. We got to get to this area. More towards these areas. But the problem is if we don't do nothing, this is where our cash is going to get us to. Sell the mine. If I'm like, I see everyone saying that. I said, man, it's not over, dude. I'm just worried if we say no and he dilutes and dilutes and dilutes at this small price. Eventually, man, we're gonna get fucked by this. This type of shit. Over and fucking over again. And they're gonna fucking do this and do this until we get fucked. And the way we get fucked is we hit 0. At this point. And what do you know? Buys. Buy. Buying back some shorts, filling some shit. We know what they're doing. We see what they be doing. Not beating around the bush. We sold just some fucking people shorting us. And this is what people who hold bonds do. Like I said, they go ahead and they short these fuckers and then say, no one else give them loans. Keep coming to us. Keep giving us shares. Exactly what happened. But if he dilutes, like I said, at least their position drops drastically right after. They make their money. They get the fuck out. AMC makes their money. Retail can rebuy it and they can reshort. Otherwise, like I said, man, I don't know what the fuck. If we say no, then what? Like I said, we can't say no and then just tell Adam Aaron to figure it out. That can't be what people say. We can't say no and then not buy more movies and not support the company. You just that they have to make money. We can't just sit there and say, well, no, we've been shorted and complain and then nothing. Like I said, if Adam Aaron doesn't do what he's supposed to do with the fucking billions of dollars or whatever we're going to do at this point, like I said, we got to make a choice what we want to do. We are the #1 holders of the company, so either, well, like I said, we all got to come together and figure this out. This is like that pivotal point right here. What we vote, how we vote, what we do is going to determine quite a bit of shit. But yes, if we say no, yes, he can get by until these periods. Yes, he can get by until another year and a half, 2 years, and can get profitable. And yes, he's gonna keep selling ape shares in the meantime during that period. So it's either, like I said, ape shares are coming or AMC's coming, one or the other. Well, I can't tell Adam to sell the mine. That's not gonna listen to me, man. You think that's honestly the whole plan, raising money? Yeah, I think that's his whole plan, is raising money. He has nothing else he can do. He's fucking... AMC's in the corner now. Like I said, they're burning so much money. They only have like 4 quarters left. If they keep going at the rate they're going. They can't raise it through more bonds. It's got to be through us. That's what I'm saying. Like, we have to raise it the smarter way instead of the $1.50 way. They're going to just keep destroying your value through APE and hold it down to whatever they can. They're going to pop it right back down and hold it down, so you're going to lose value that way. And then they're just going to focus on AMC. If you think they're going to short it down no matter what, I can tell you they're going to short it down. And if AMC has nothing else to raise cash and it's down lower and lower to a point where it hits the bottom, like I said, we're going to be in a hard place. Like I said, I'm just being honest. I just want people to realize, people that are saying, like, no, don't do it and all this stuff. It's like, dude, you have to worry about fundamentals, and we have to get to this period. We're either going to get that through that period, like I said, through APE or AMC. Tell them to stop buying theaters. Austin, how does the theater company make money? They buy theaters that are profitable. They have more profitable theaters than underperforming theaters. He's selling underperforming theaters and buying new ones that are raising more revenue than the amount of the theaters that he sold. You have to keep doing that to get that cash burn down. That's their only choice. You guys want him to get cash burn down? Well, then he's got to get better theaters. Or he's got to get the pop. Like I said, you can't tell them to do everything. Like I said, I'm not sitting here fucking defending Adam Aaron. I don't really care who he can go. If this happened and he didn't spend the money in the way we were like, what the fuck? Yeah, why the fuck? Like I said, I don't give a fuck who's in there. Do the right thing and get this shit over with. At this point, we gotta fucking raise this money. We have no choice. I'm not happy about it. You think I'm fucking happy about it? No. I just look at the facts. This is the reality. It sucks ass. If you want to blame Adam Aaron first and replace him, I don't, like I said, I don't care what we do. I'm not gonna sit there and get attached to anybody like that. But you gotta have, like I said, we gotta make, like I said, that's a whole different situation if you go down that route. Like I said, there's so many different routes, but right now, this vote has a huge implication on what happens with AMC financially. It really does. Phase 6, I think, will kick in about 6 months. At the 6-month period, you're going to see probably about 110 trillion hidden debt come out. At about the 9-month, I think that's when they'll pop, no matter what. I mean, if these things pop before then, they're already fucked. I'm just waiting for one of these to pop. And phase 6 is like, alright, if it doesn't pop, any of these don't pop by then, this will. But we gotta make it there. Like I said, we're either gonna make it there through selling APE, or we're gonna make it there by selling AMC. But dilution is what we have to do. You like my sketches? Yeah. Common sense will be shorted into bankruptcy, yeah. If we sit here and say nothing and then tell him to not raise money, don't want to raise with him, I'm fucking pissed too. He did a lot of stupid shit. But like I said, man, we're sitting in this fucking, we're just treading water. We're treading water. And like I said, these vultures are coming down. We either need to give them a shotgun and fucking blow them away, or they will continuously do this, and then after they'll continuously get discounted bullshit. Fuck them. Let's end this shit. Let's stop having these fuckers even be able to come into this shit. Joining the AA bashers? Oh, God. So, because I disagree with some of his purchases, I'm bashing him? No. You know that you're his boss, he's your employee. You don't have to agree with every decision the guy's ever made, right? It's okay. I'm not sitting there abdicating to us to fire him right now and get someone else in there. Just saying, at this point, this is reality. We either need to race it through 8 per AMC, man. Oh, wait, hold on. Somebody was asking a question about, hold on. How was it? Hold on, I'm gonna worry about the price. I don't worry about the price action, man. Somebody else. Every time you, hold on, there it is. After the reverse split, share price goes up to 50, but short down to 5 again. This time we have 10 times less shares. There will. Where will we be then? After shorted back down, they have 10 times less shares. Well, how about this? What happens if they short it down now, keep shorting it down now, AMC burns through its money in 4 months, and you have 0 shares? If you think they're gonna, here's the thing. If you think they're just gonna short it down, and just keep shorting it down no matter what, and we're fucked, well, okay, I just showed you we have 4 months basically rest of money if nobody wants to do anything. So if you think they're just gonna short it down no matter what, well, then AMC has no way of raising cash. So, like I said, if we do it this other way, and it goes at 50 and they raise all this money, it's a lot harder to short a company. Yeah, you can. Like I said, that's reality, guys. I'm not sitting here fucking jumping for joy either. I have a whole bunch of money in AMC too. You don't think I'm fucking pissed too? Like I said, at the end of the day, we're going to have to dilute. That's where we're at. They're not raising capital and they're burning it. Why so much bankruptcy fear? Just looking at reality, man. Like I said, I see what he's going to do. I know he's going to die. If we say no, I know he's going to keep diluting through AMC, or through APE. And he's going to do it again, and he's going to do it again. And if it's not to us, I figured one of these would have popped by now. I mean, it could be right around the corner, and then we have nothing to worry about. But at some point, these fucking pieces of shit are, like I said, they're just going to keep circling us. They're going to keep fucking circling us and make it to where, like I said, if you think they're going to short us down no matter what, they're going to short you down no matter what. But if we hit 0, that's a game over. I'm not saying the play's over. Everyone that's like freaking out, who cares? All I'm telling you is there's a little dilution coming. You depend on how it goes. You decide on how it goes. That's all I'm getting at. Dilution isn't the end of the world. Everybody that thinks dilution is like the end of the play is so insane. Dilution is not the end of the play. It's the beginning of a whole new fucking chapter. They're going to keep fucking shorting. And you guys see right now, we're going to keep buying. But now we suddenly have no debt, or it's completely smashed. Now they have new avenues. Now they can get new revenues going. It's not trending water all the time. And then telling Adam Aaron, well, you're an idiot, figure it out. Well, you're an idiot, get new revenue streams. Well, okay, at some point we gotta fucking figure something out here. I wanted to dilute a long time ago. The first thing I talked about a long time ago, and everyone told me I was dumb the first time. And now everyone's like, well, I wish I would have said yes the first time. Yeah, I know. I wish we all would have too. And then people are saying you're blaming us. I'm not blaming us. He made stupid choices with money too. But in the end of the day, we're in this situation, and this is where we are. They cannot issue any more bonds. They're going to keep burning money. And like I said, we got time. It's not like we need to do this now. It's not like they're going to run out of money within the next... They have a couple quarters. They still have 4 quarters minimum. And that's if they didn't raise any more APE. They're going to issue APE. They're going to get by. I'm just saying, at this point, it's like, man. I'm just done treading water so fucking much, man. I'm done with this shit happening on the other side. Now some we're fucked harder. I'm done getting bent over a table every fucking day and not having a say at what the hell's happening. And anytime anyone wants to have a say, you're a shiller paid off. Yes, I'm paid off because I'm fucking finally looking at the bigger picture. This is happening. Everyone who's mad about this is happening because we're in a shitty fucking place. We are shittily in a fucking place financially. Just trash. And they saw an opportunity to fuck us. And they did. And this is our opportunity to raise money. This is our opportunity to get out of debt. So they fucking destroyed it. Them and their buddies. And they're gonna, everyone that's like, well, if we get to 50 and go to 5, okay, well then they're gonna fucking keep doing it and doing it now and keep doing it now and doing it now. Down to what, 2, 3? Well then AMC will never be able to raise that capital. Like I said, I'm just being honest, man. I'm not sitting there trying to fucking think everything's hunky-dory and perfectly, everything's good to go. Like, we gotta figure something out. Like I said, the game, it's not over, because even if we say no, he's gonna issue APE, issue APE, and issue APE, and issue APE, and issue APE until he can get by. AMC's not gonna go bankrupt, but I'm nervous that if we say no, he issues so much fucking APE, especially at $1.50, if other people look over and see, hey, they call up their little boyfriends over here, because you know these douchebags got their little boyfriends on hold. Hey, if they say no, we'll just short it back down. And then they will not let the company be able to raise any fucking money. And then, when they ever do go to issue any kind of thing other than APE, it'll either be at $1.50 or the stock price will be down to fucking $3-4. And it'll sit there. And it'll be 50 times harder for them to ever raise it again. We don't need to raise capital. Numbers are good. Well, that's not what I'm seeing. I'm not talking different, you guys. I have literally said all of this the first time around. Just nobody was following me then. My plan on dilution, my whole stance on dilution has never changed in fucking 2 years. Go through my entire profile. Anytime I've talked dilution, go through my entire profile. I've always been for it. I've been for it for years. Everyone acts like this is something new. We should have done it the first time. Got the fuck out of debt so the shit stops happening. So these fucking all these tools stop coming over and fucking us. Even harder. Through bonds, then through convertible notes, then through fucking short selling, and then getting discounted shares, and doing this, and this, and this. It's like, what the fuck? I don't know what anyone says I'm going to sell APE for AMC or AMC for APE. That's just being a clown. This isn't depressing, my friends. This is just reality. Dilution has to happen, and it's not that big of a deal. It's gonna happen through APE. It's gonna happen through AMC. We can say no, and I'm not gonna care. It's not gonna kill nothing. Neither. It's not gonna kill the movement. But if we say no, it's gonna be the same. We're gonna be in these situations. He's gonna continuously dilute through APE. If these prices can go back up, sweet. If we can get back up to $3-4, if he waits, sweet. Eventually, this shit has to go back up. You would think they can't hold it down forever. All of their collateral's got to be drying up at some point. But people think just because people dilute, that means... Think about it this way. If you're a hedge fund and did somebody dilute some stock, doesn't mean you're going to go buy it. They're probably going to short the stock even more. Sweet. They diluted. Makes them look bad. Now I'll dilute it even more. Or now I'll short it even more. People think just because dilution happens, it's going to instantly go to hedge funds. It's going to instantly go to short sellers. Why? There's no chance we're going to get it. There's none. It just auto goes to them. We said we're going to continuously get predatory attacked. We're going to continuously get shorted down. We see this market's fucked as hell. You see like I said, we either need to start attacking. Like I said, you either need to focus on AMC or you need to focus on attacking the banks that are allowing the shit. Like, we have to do something. We can't just sit here every day for years and not either go after the banks, not go after, not help AMC raise cash, not help them get revenue. Like I said, if you want to say no and everyone's like, fuck it, let's just get them a shit ton of revenue, let's do that. Sweet. I'm 1,000% for that. If everyone says, fuck it, let's all literally just rent the shit out of that 8 movie next week, 2, 3, 4 weekends, all month long, everybody buy it no matter what. Sweet, let's do it. Let's all fucking do it. But we got to do something. We cannot just sit here every day and just not do anything. Because they're going to burn money. And if we, like I said, we got to do something. It is our company. We cannot sit there and be against helping them raise money. You can't say, I don't want to help them raise money because Adam Aaron's going to just blow it. Well, then what the fuck? If you think Adam Aaron's going to just blow all your money anyways, and they're just going to short you to death, well, what the fuck is going on? What do you want me to say? That's like people that are just like, no matter what, it's doomed. Well, okay, what do you want me to say to that? No. Dilution's not the end of the fucking world, people. It's not. I haven't sold anything. My view on this play is not over in any way, shape, or form. I'm just looking over at it. Like I said, it's going to be the same stuff, though. It's going to be continuously diluting through APE until he gets the cash flow positive. And like I said, if you guys want to go that route, I'm just fine. It does not matter to me what route we go. But like I said, if we're going to go that route, then the next couple weeks, let's start fucking everyone going, all right, let's talk about ways to raise money. And then do that. Like I said, I'm fine with either way. But when it comes to AMC, man, everyone's saying no. Okay, well, then what is your backup plan? You can't just say no and then say Adam's got to figure it out and then go, I'm not going to help support it and I'm not going to go see any movies. Well, what the fuck? Like I said, guys, I don't care what path we decide. It's whatever you guys want to do. If you want to say no, if we say no, it's not like I'm going to come on and go, oh my god, I'm done covering this and it's over. No, it's not over. You'll just dilute the rape and I'm just fine with that too. I don't give a fuck. I just see how much more potential the other way can go. But at the same time, if you think he's just going to give it to short sellers, fuck him. But let's do something. Let's think of something. That's all I'm saying, man. We can't just say no and then not have another thing behind it. Yeah, I get we pay the board of directors to figure out. But fuck, man. I'm just fucking... This shit's just so fucking stupid. I can't believe how much fucking corruption could go on and no one gives a fuck. Like, what are police doing? What the fuck is the FBI doing? The Doge? What the fuck is anyone doing? This is so crazy It's like a fucking movie, dude. They're all on this take. But like I said, at this point, man, they're going to just hold us down and predatory attack us at this rate. Until some fucking thing breaks. Or we get by, sell some ape till phase 6 comes, and then we fuck them up through phase 6. I don't care what route we take. Like I said, if you guys say no, I'll say no. I don't give a fuck. If that's the way you guys want to go, let's go no. I don't care. But let's have a backup plan if we say no. Let's try and do a couple revenue things and not be so against helping raise money through fucking, I don't know, ticket sales, buying popcorn, whatever we can do, man. Doesn't matter. All I'm saying is we can't say no. Be against and be against helping raise money or supporting the company or doing, and then crushing Adam Aaron and saying no matter what he's gonna fuck us, and then say no matter what they're gonna short us. If you say we're gonna get shorted no matter what, you say we're gonna get fucked by Adam Aaron no matter what, you say the regulators are never gonna help us, then what the hell? I'm not pushing a no vote or a yes vote. I'm just saying, we can't have a yes and then hope nothing happens. And then be like, all right, if it's a yes, we want this money to go this way. And if it doesn't, then we need to think of other actions. Like, nobody looks at this shit like, man, we're his boss. And like I said, in the end of the day, we're his boss. And nobody looks at it that way. Everybody's sitting there like, we either need to ride with him or die. We either need to ride with everything he says word for word. We can't question anything on it. Or you think he's just a piece of shit shill at this point. And it's like, well, you can't think this guy's out to get you. Everyone's out to get you. Adam wants to get you. And then say, this play is going to be everything out. And then Adam's just going to blow all of our money. Because, like I said, at what point, you're negative in every single aspect of the play. Like, what do I say to that? Like, what does anyone say to that? Popcorn was still coming out. That'll be massive. Like I said, they'll be able to get by if we say no. I'm not saying if we say no, the play's over. It's not. He's just going to issue 8. That's what I'm telling you, but it's not a big deal. I don't give a fuck which way we go. He's either going to keep issuing 100 million, maybe $1 billion ape. But I'm telling you right now, if Adam Aaron issued $1 billion ape, what would you guys say? What would you do? Would you go fucking ballistic? Would you say, well, now he just diluted to the hedge funds and he gave them... I mean, what would you do? That's what I'm saying. At this point. I'm not depressed, man. I just fucking can't believe. I'm just fucking blown away. By, like, dude. I mean, look. I'm not gonna get into the... I'm just mad at all this crypto shit. All these people getting fucking billions stole from them. And now all of a sudden you got FTX finding 5 billion more, and then the next second they come out and they say, well, they're not going to give it to any other people that lost billions. It's a constant butt fucking, dude. Like, how can they steal billions and billions and billions and billions every day, and everyone's just like, it's crazy. Like, you're just like, trillions of dollars have been stolen. And stolen. And stolen. And no one fucking cares. Oh, it's crazy to me. Just fucking crazy to me, dude, at this point. Like, what in the fuck? Like I said, if we say no, then we have to start supporting our company. That's it. That's all I'm saying. That is my final thing. If you say no, we need to say, all right, let's band together and let's support our company. If we say yes, we make sure he spends it fucking on debt and spends it right. And if he doesn't, then we need to go talk about other things. Like I said, it's just... We got to play it by ear at this point. But like I said, we have to look at the financial things and be like, all right, if we say no, we're going to support our company. He's going to dilute through ape a little bit and we'll get through. And that's fine. And we'll tread water. And when shit like this happens, we're going to have to fucking blow up on him. But instead, this shit isn't the end of the play that he gave it to some fucking short sellers. This shit happens all the fucking time. But, like I said, man, I just hate how everybody says no, and then the next second they say, I'm not going to support the company. Well, okay, who do you think's the company's biggest supporters? It's us. So if the biggest supporter stops supporting the company, where's that going to be good? So I'm saying, like I said, I don't even know what I'm going to vote. I don't even know if I'm going to fucking vote. I might just let it go to fucking no auto. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I just wish, as a community, we could come together and talk about some more things. Because every time I've tried to talk about it, or say yes or no, or this or that, everybody instantly fucking, nope, you're a shield. Nope, you're this. Now you're paid off. Nope, you support Adam. Nope, you don't support Adam. You're now a fucking shill basher. It's like, holy fuck, dude. Like, I can't even say an opinion or anything of any critiques of any kind, or I'm either paid off or a shill at this point. So, what are we supposed to do here? I sound different because I want to have an intelligent fucking conversation, but nobody can have it, and all they do is say you're paid off or you're a shill or a basher. It's like, what the hell? At some point, we need to just say, we run this company in a sense. We have control over what Adam Aaron does. We can vote him out. We're his bosses. If we don't like what's happening, like, have a say. Support your company and stop saying I don't need to support it. That's just stupid. I've done enough. Well, okay. Do you think these billionaires get in the room and say I spent enough money shorting this company? I've spent enough money paying advertisers to fucking bash this company? All I'm saying is go buy a damn bag of popcorn. Nobody wants to buy a damn bag of popcorn. I said it's business in 101, guys. We either need to help them revenue-wise to support it and just say, hey, let's get by for the next 5-6 months and everybody fucking rally together. Let's say no on the vote. Everybody let them dilute a little bit through APE and not complain and just know it's coming. That's all I'm saying. Just know that it's coming. That's it. And then say, all right, we need to start supporting our money, our company now because we said no. They're not going to be able to raise that amount of capital. But if we can get to these points, then let's fucking figure out some ways to help them out. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Buy some fucking popcorn if you say no. If you're going to say no, go buy some popcorn. That's it. That's all I'm getting at. Don't just say no and tell them to fuck off. Because that's not going to do anything. That's not going to do any good. That's pettiness. And your life savings are in this. You got to stop thinking pettily, emotionally. Your life savings are in this. You got to help support that company. If it goes under, you're fucked. Help support it. That's all I'm going at, man. We can't be on every single side of the fence. But, I mean, we still got, like, what, 30 days till we figure out what's going on. But like I said, yes, this was a short seller. They fucking did what all short sellers do. They hit you in the bonds, and they look over and they go, well, I'm going to fuck you up. I'm going to short you down, and then I'm going to either issue more bonds with convertible notes, or they did what they did now. I'm just going to go ahead and take a whole bunch of shares at a super discounted rate. That is exactly what happened. This is short selling 101. Why Adam Aaron gave it to him, like I said, I can't defend. But this is what they did. And just because they did this doesn't mean after a conversion they're going to hold all of their shares either. And try and take over the company like everyone says either. They see a massive opportunity to make a shit ton of money. And that's exactly what they're doing. So like I said, I don't know, man. I honest to God don't know. Like I said, there's so many downsides to this. There's upsides to this. I don't know. I'm just so done talking about this vote, man. I feel like I answer so many questions about this vote 1,000 times a day. But everybody says I want to do this, but then if I say, well, why not this? Or what happens if this happens? Nobody has like all right, well, if there is a no, what happens? And then he dilutes. Everyone, then I'm going to call him a fucking shill and he's just blah, blah, blah. And like I said, that's all. I just want you to know what will happen. That's all. I feel like I'm repeating myself. I said I'd get off at 11. But right now, guys, like I said, let's get some more information, I guess, on this poll, or on this. Let's just wait till one of these crashes. Everything is basically brinking. Like I said, there's no way the housing market, I don't even know how it lasts much longer, especially if they continuously raise rates. Like I said, it's already crashing. There's nothing left for it. Nobody's going in there. So either let the economy burn out, because like I said, there's problems everywhere. Either let the economy burn out, let them dilute through ape, say no, go support the company. Let them say yes. If you say yes, have them dilute, pay down fucking a whole bunch of debt, buy some new theaters, blah, 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 and move on. But we need to come together on whatever we want to do. And whatever we don't do, like I said, just know what's happening and support it the way that you know you should. What do you want me to do? You want me to do a poll? There's your poll, my friends. Seeing a lot of yes. 76% yes. Like I said, man, this stuff just happens. There's a lot of positives to yes. There is. There's a lot of positives to being out of this fucking much debt. Getting rid of these predatorial douchebags like this. Said more vultures will circle. Just hope when they do, like I said, if we say no and he does sell a little more ape, like I said, he might only sell 200, 300 million, 400 million more. I don't know what he sells of ape to get by to where we need, but just know it's going to happen. That's all I'm saying. People that think we can just skirt by right now, it's like that's going to put us in a fucking horrible spot. We can't just sit by and do nothing. That's all I'm saying. We either need to fucking start doing these massive revenue streams for them quick, or like I said, I don't know. I don't know anymore. People are upsetting me with this vote right now. That's why this topic is just getting to me at this point. I'm in space calls talking about it, fucking DMs all day talking about it. I must have talked about this vote 20 million times, dude. There's positives and there's negatives to basically everything we do. But if we say no, I just want you to look at AMC's financial situation and just know they gotta raise some money, and it's gonna be through APE or AMC, and that's just it, and that's fine. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the play. It's not short sellers are gonna cover now and we're fucked and that's the end. No, it's not even close. We're not in 2021 here on Reddit anymore. It's not the same shit like we went over the first time. Like I said, it's the same arguments. You don't think short sellers are gonna sell or keep shorting when these fucking shares come out? Of course they're gonna keep shorting. And guess what? AMC's fucking short percentage will be right back up and we'll have a whole bunch more cash. Like I said, I'm seeing 79% yes, so I'm kind of going towards yes. Like I said, there's a lot of positives towards yes. There's positives towards saying no. Yeah, I knew I shouldn't have gotten to this topic. I was going to cover a couple other things, but man, were people asking about this one again. Everybody's going nuts because they're like, oh my god, a short seller, did you see that? And yeah, that's what they do. They fucking get you in the bonds, and then they short your shit down, and then they hit you harder in the bonds again. And that's exactly what they did. Fucking pieces of shit. I just don't want this to keep fucking happening. And it keeps happening if we keep treading water, is all I'm saying. This is what short sellers are looking for. These are their perfect opportunities, especially when they hold the fucking bonds. This is what they literally do. I just don't. They do it to companies that are in financial stress. That's what they do. I'm just trying to get us the fuck out of financial stress so this stops happening. But like I said, we can either, otherwise, keep supporting Ape. Support Ape. Say no. Support the shit out of Ape and let him dilute Ape at a couple bucks. I don't know. $3-4. Wait till it goes up. Like I said, we can say no and support it. You know, say no, support Ape. Get that back up. But dilution's going to happen a little bit one way or another. That's all I'm saying. And now you're going to have 20,000 GMers crying, oh my god, he's over, see, I told you, because dilution. Yeah, dilution's the end of everything, isn't it? We know. Exactly, man. Doing the same thing over and over is insanity. Us continuously treading water and telling them to figure it out. Us continuously being their number one supporter, saying we're not going to just do a little extra. Like I said, these billionaires... You think these billionaires aren't doing a little extra every day? These guys are doing a little extra every day, every second, and every minute of it. This is their investment, their life. They're either going to support it. Like I said, we either got to support this company more. Buy fucking movies online. You got 20 extra bucks every once in a while. Throw it over on that. Say no. Do it that way. I don't care. Buy Ape. I can't even say that because that's financial advice. Support... Instead of saying buy Ape, support Ape. Support Ape shares. You know, support the creation of them and support Ape. That's all. Watch them dilute through that, and that's fine. Or say yes and raise a whole bunch of money at once. Those are your options. The poll is at 79% yes. It's a lot of yeses. We got 400 votes. We're at 79% yes. But like I said, guys, I'm just sick and tired of watching this shit happen because we're sitting there treading water. That's all I'm getting at. And these guys are going to keep shorting and holding us down just to where AMC can't raise capital. That's like their main game. That's the name of the short selling game. You see it here firsthand. You're seeing it here firsthand. I don't know what group I'm in right now, honestly. I don't care. I'm at like I don't give a fuck. But if we say, I'm at this point where I don't care if we say yes or no. I don't care. I just want us to say, all right, if we say no, we need to do this. If we say yes, we need to do this. That's it. That's where I'm at. I'm where what the fuck's the community want to do? And then if whatever we want to do, let's start figuring out a couple other things. Said these guys are spending fucking billions of dollars, and we're sitting there complaining about, I don't want to run a $5 fucking movie on demand because I've already given Adam enough, and fuck Adam. Well, okay, well, what the fuck? You're, like I said, we're his number one supporters. That's all I'm saying. We gotta fucking, if we're gonna say no, support him a little more. That's all. Just rent some fucking movies and eat some damn popcorn. That's all I'm saying. We can't have our cake and eat it too, because these guys will steal the whole fucking table, your fork, the cake, and the frosting. They'll steal it all. But one thing we can control is help fucking raising revenue, or what we can, like I said, supporting the company. They can't stop us from supporting our company. They can fuck around with the share price, they can fuck around with our ability to raise capital, but what they can't do is stop you from fucking renting a movie on demand. You don't even have to watch it. Just fucking rent it. That's all I'm saying, man. Fundamentals matter, and people saying that it doesn't. This right here. This happened because of fundamentals. So for everyone that says it doesn't matter and then gets pissed off this happened, well, this happened because they're in complete fucking debt and they're treading water and they're in a bad spot and they need to raise capital. And for some reason, he didn't just do a fucking money offering to us instead. Like I said, This is the route he chose. Why? I can't tell you. That this move pisses me off too. My tone's different. Like I said, I just want us to get educated. I want us to make better choices and stop going through the same routine. That's all. We've gone through the same routine fucking for 2.5 years. And we've... With the company, I mean. Not like... obviously, we're doing amazing things. We're uncovering a shit ton of stuff. I'm just talking about with AMC Play in general. We always can... for 2 years, we've said fundamentals don't matter. Can we finally say fundamentals matter? That's all I'm saying. They matter. Revenue, all this stuff, it matters. Yeah, Avatar's killing it. It should hit 2 billion worldwide. Dude, that thing's just destroying. Next year, there's a lot of good movies coming out. Like I said, the play's not over no matter what we do. I don't... Like, we're not fucked. Everyone that's, like, worrying, that we're not fucked either way. So we can say no and then start buying some fucking movies on demand. That's it. Big deal. Who cares? Start buying some popcorn. And then when he dilutes ape, support it. Whether in whatever way you feel supporting it is best for you. There you go. Shorting will not stop anytime soon. Well, they're going to short it down now or they're going to short it down then. But at least now the threat of ever going bankrupt should be gone. Like I said, they're going to short it. Regulators are going to keep fucking letting them until this shit comes down on them. Phase 6, these regulations are one of these pop, and they can't stop it. And like I said, I can't believe we're at this point where something's got to give. We have nothing left. We have no more money. People have no fucking money. No one. We are all broke. We're at this point of everybody is broke. All of these companies are laying off and no one's taking out loans because no one has money. The housing market will go. It has no choice. Alright, y'all. The wifey's here, though. I gotta get going, so... Thank you all for joining. But like I said, guys, I'm not pro or against. I don't care what we do. But whatever we end up deciding, like I said, we just got to eventually come together and start thinking of stuff to do. And then when somebody has an idea of raising capital, like they did with the Planet of the Apes, we don't need to shoot it down and go crazy on it and call the guy an idiot. Raising money any way, shape, or form for your investment, for your company, is never a bad idea. These idiots are spending billions every day. Said we say no, I don't care. We say yes, I don't care. Just be okay with dilution for a little bit. That's it. Alright, guys. Have a good night. Love y'all. Talk again soon.